terms of Japan, following on the question from my colleague from Ohio, in terms of currency, the broader issue we have is in terms of autos, and specifically the U.S. now exports, as you know, one vehicle to Japan for every 130 vehicles that we import from Japan. And you've probably seen this ad because it's been in a bunch of the papers. I got it out of roll call today, but it's about the U.S. 0.3% market share in Japan. It's not just about small vehicles, by the way. It's broader than that. It is about currency. It's also about non-tariff barriers. So I would ask you, how will negotiations with Japan, parallel to these TPP talks we're having, address these concerns? What are you willing to do in terms of dealing with this currency issue, which I think is critical? Let me give you some numbers here. Since October of last year, the yen's weakened by nearly 30%. It gives about a $6,000 advantage per car to Japanese vehicles, and this is not a $30,000 car. So this is a big deal to the big three here in the United States, and they're looking for a level playing field. Can you tell us what you are doing with regard to this issue and also other non-tariff barriers as you work with Japan on the TPP agreement?
Well, thank you, Senator. Absolutely. Look, this is an absolutely important issue as part of TPP, and before we agreed to let Japan join TPP, we engaged in a series of negotiations with them about beef, insurance, and very importantly, autos. We reached some agreements up front, both with regard to getting increased access to their market, the more than doubling of their, what's called their PHP program for accelerated imports. We also received agreement about how our tariffs would be treated in TPP before they joined. And we agreed on the terms of reference for a parallel negotiation on autos, which is to be binding, subject to dispute resolution, and part of the overall TPP process. And so we have ongoing work to do with Japan, but we also have the TPP process to allow us to do that work.
Again, we appreciate your assurance today that you will be personally involved in that.